So all around America right now, schools are shutting down nonstop and moving into online curriculum. And the world is falling apart right now, and I don't really know how to deal with it. So I've just kind of been locked in my room, like doing some stuff, learning how to play guitar, protecting, not touching my face, that sort of stuff. Something I think is really interesting is what the long-term impacts might be of something like this. And I wonder, with everyone switching to online school and kind of being forced to give it a shot, what if someone likes online school? What if someone actually really enjoys being home and not being surrounded by people? Or they enjoy having more free time and a flexible online school schedule? So my name is Bianchi, this is Define Wisdom, and today I am going to be covering online school, basically homeschooling, and what that transition is like if you maybe liked online school. And before I get into it, I do think it's important to draw a distinction between what is happening now and what actual online high school is like. So right now, you're still pretty tied down by whatever high school administration's rules have, different bad teachers that you might be stuck with in actual high school. Your workload isn't exactly the same that it might be in a genuine designed online course. Not to mention, everyone is stuck inside right now. So one of the cons of an online school is social distancing that occurs when you don't get to see your friends or peers or enemies in the actual school building. It's important to draw the distinction that right now, you're not seeing anybody, no matter what, even outside of school. And then obviously during online school, you're still going to be able to see those people just when they're out of school and work and your guys' schedule lines up. You can still have friends and meet them when you're doing normal online school, and the world is not falling apart at every moment. I don't know what to do. Anyways, let's cover the reasons why someone might want to switch to an online school. The biggest one that comes to my mind is curriculum. Online schools are going to have more flexible curriculum with different specialties that you might be interested in. Not to mention the fact that you might not be bogged down by certain state or local high school requirements. Like, say you have to take that intro to guitar class, but you really don't care about the guitar. I can't blame you. Everyone's passions are different. And switching to an online school, you might be able to circumvent some of those. Learning rates is also a big thing, and this goes for people who are both ahead and behind the curve. If you need a little bit more time on your assignments, a little bit more time to get classwork done, you don't like the pressure of other people around you finishing faster, then online school is going to allow you to do that. And it's also more likely that an online school is going to be able to specially cater an online lesson plan to you that works for you, instead of every single student getting the same one, and hopefully it works for most people. On the flip side of this, if you're faster than everybody, then it might be difficult in your high school to get into those AP classes your freshman or sophomore year, but if you know you're capable of them, all you need to do is put your head down and work, and you know you're smart enough, then an online curriculum, again, is going to be more catered towards you. Not to mention the fact that over time, if you want to get more schoolwork done in a given week than the average student does, that's going to be able to snowball and could lead to early graduations, advanced placement classes, or however you want to strategize your schedule. Speaking of strategizing your schedule, that's one of the many reasons that kids today are choosing online class. If you are Billie Eilish, who is 17, or Charli D'Amelio, who's 15, and you're trying to go on a tour around the country or visit all your fans or live your best life because you have certain opportunities in line, then online school is going to let you do it when you want to or when you have time to. If Billie Eilish has a concert on a Friday night, then you bet your ass she's not going to be able to go to school on Friday, but maybe Sunday she can. And I don't know any details about her situation. I'm just using it as an example. And another major one is social anxiety. If being around so many people, whether it be the noise or the pressure or bullying or whatever it may be, going to an online school is going to entirely remove you from that environment. Now, that is a double-edged sword. Some people really enjoy having people around them. They're more extroverted. They get energy off of other people being in the room. So that might be one of the difficulties of switching to an online school, is losing that experience. But if you're getting bullied and you need a way out, then online school might be right for you. And finally, a more general one is if your high school is lackluster, whether you live in an area or a district that doesn't have the best schools and you can't necessarily afford the fancy private school, or there isn't a fancy private school in your area to begin with, and if there is, then it's an hour away and it's way overpriced, then you can often level up your education with an online school without all of the overhead and time requirements of a private school, and you get to stay home instead of getting shipped away to a boarding school. In the end of the day, switching to an online school isn't for everybody, but it definitely does have its niche groups that it appeals to. So if you think you might be more happy, if you think you might be able to get more done, and if you think online school is for you, then I highly encourage you to do your own research. You see, this video is kind of generally going over the topic, kind of making you aware that it is an option you might be willing to pursue, but I am by no means going into the nitty-gritty details, and I am not the one-stop shop for switching to an online school. And while we're in this little intermission here, please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. All of that stuff really helps out my channel a lot. And while you're down there, answer the question, do you wish you went to an online school? Whether you're a freshman or sophomore and you want to go to an online school now, or maybe you're a senior in high school and looking back, you say, damn, that would have been really useful. I wish I had that option. But transitioning from here, let's cover different kinds of online schools. And there's a plethora of options, more than I first expected there to be. You have virtual academies, which are often statewide online school programs that you can be enrolled in. They're like the basic version of what you think online high school would be like. There's insight schools that help a student with a particular problem that they might be having and give them support in that area. Blended schools are a mix between online and traditional high schools. So while, yeah, so many of your classes and assignments are going to be online, you might actually be showing up to a physical building, whether that be to form connections with your fellow students, get to know your teachers, or take a test. They're blended solutions. There's career academies, and well, those are basically like online charter schools. If you know exactly what you want to do, then first, props, that's amazing. And second, this might be it for you if the specific charter school that you're interested in isn't offered in your area, or it's a more niche thing. And then there are also district-run programs. So maybe a district near you has online school as an option and you can enroll there. These aren't statewide, these are on a more local level. And I think that's really awesome that some local areas are already starting to do online education for their students. It's ahead of the game. So if you're interested in any one of those options, then do a little bit of research in it. Again, not a one-stop shop, but just trying to get ideas flowing in your head. What are some of the issues with online school? And the biggest one is time management. If you cannot sit yourself down and get work done, or you're constantly procrastinating the schoolwork that you already have, online school might not be for you, because unless your parent is going to be writing up your ass 24/7, you're not going to be able to get the work done. And trust me, I've been there in high school. Personally, with my online classes that I take for my community college, that can definitely be a struggle. There's no teacher that you are directly reporting to in the traditional sense, so there really isn't as big of an incentive. Physical and mental health are also big. Physical health in the way that you're not up, moving around, you might not be taking a gym class, so staying physically fit, staying active is super important for everybody in the world, not only kids taking online students. There's also physical and mental health. Physical health in the way that you're not going to be moving to a school, walking around, taking physical education. Not that you actually get anything done in gym class, but it's just an important thing to keep in mind, that you should make it a conscious effort to get out of your bed, off of your laptop, get away from your desk, and move. And then mental health, of course, this kind of goes back to the extrovert-introvert thing. If you need to get out, if you need to see people, if that's how you get energized, if that's what you live for, then online high school might not be the best option for you unless you know for a fact that you have other ways of getting that fulfillment. And then obviously friends. If you have a bunch of like half friends, or you don't necessarily think that you would keep in touch with them and you're not really okay with that, maybe you're not bonded that strong, or maybe you have no avenue to make new friends. Friends are really important in life. They're important in high school. They're important in college, and it would be a shame to have no friends because you chose an online curriculum. Now, listen, weigh your options. I'm not saying that just because you're not going to have any friends, that's the best for you. I mean, I barely have any friends, but anyways, just know that you're not going to be in the kind of random friend meeting scenario. Like my best friend from high school, I met him on the bus to school. That's not going to happen if you're online. And just to make this clear, I am talking to high school students now who can kind of make their own decisions, control their own life. I'm not talking to parents who want to put their little ones through online school. I'm not doing a deep dive on that. If you're in middle school and you're interested in this, then really do your research, bring it up with your parents, your guidance counselor, have adults walk you through it. I know you might think you're on top of the world right now, but trust me, you don't know anything yet. So just keep that perspective in mind, that you might not know everything if you are younger looking at this video. Not that I think too many middle schoolers are watching my videos, but just an important disclaimer. Anyways, colleges. What do they think about online schools? And apparently, it's not too big of a difference compared to normal high schools. Assuming you're going to an accredited online school, not just some random startup, And assuming that you actually have all of your stuff in order, that is, you took the SAT, you have your letters of recommendation, you've lived a life extracurricular wise outside of school, whether that be work, whether that be going to your home sports. Like, I know if you go to a vocational school near me that isn't my high school, you can still play sports for the home school. So keep all of that in mind, that you can still participate in extracurricular activities. And if you do that, and if you maintain a well-rounded life, and if you go to an accredited high school and you get good grades, then colleges aren't going to particularly hate the fact that you went to an online school. And in some places, it can actually be better. Stanford, for example, has an online school that might be able to boost your chance into getting to one of those Ivy League schools, if that's what you want to do. So I want to leave this video off with do your own research. Seriously, do your own research. I did a little bit of research for this video. I kind of got the basics of online school going, but by no means should you be making your decision based off of this video alone. So go do more research into it. Figure out what's the best route for you, what options your local district or government might have, and compile a bunch of evidence. Talk to your teachers, guidance counselors, parents about it, see where they are. Note that not all online high schools are created equal, and not all online high schools are necessarily free. So all of this is important stuff to keep in mind. Figure out what works for you, figure out what's the best school type for you, where the best school type for you is. Like, is it a local or state government thing, or is it something that every kid in America can do? Weigh your options, do your research. I'm going to link some resources down in the description for you guys, but that's going to be for this video. Please be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Again, all of that helps out the channel immensely. And yeah, peace.